What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the 1894. We're talking about Gabriel Jesus. It looks like his 5.5-year stint is finally over. That sounds horrible. It's finally coming to an end. And look, some will say it's inevitable. Some will say it's maybe it's not a good thing for the club. But how do you feel, Joe? How do you feel about the whole situation?
I feel it's the right thing for both parties, for everyone involved. Arsenal need just players who actually improve them, considering how they fell apart at the end of last season. They need winners in their team. Gabriel Jesus, for how good you think he is as a footballer, how good you think he's performed as a footballer for the 5.5 years he's been with us. He's a winner. He's won multiple trophies. He's won a trophy pretty much every season, apart from the 6 months, the first season where he came in. But apart from that, yeah, he's a winner that will bring to Arsenal. City will generate a bit of cash. We have to remember the important thing that, you know, this deal is sort of around the 40 to 50 million pound mark, which for a player in their last year of their contract, who we don't have a lot of bargaining tools for really. He's in the last year of his contract. We don't necessarily want him. We are actively looking to get rid of him. It's not a bad price. And at the end of the day, it's profit. We bought him in for 25, 30 million, something like that. I might be overshooting it there. But regardless, we've made profit on a player that isn't at the level required compared to the players that are in his position. I am extremely confident that he has taken years off my expected life, with the amount of times I'm pulling my hair out of the fact that he's incapable of putting the ball in the back of the net. But regardless of how inconsistent he has been and how incapable he's been of scoring goals at times, he still has had his moments. You have to give him respect for his moments, and overall just wish him well in, you know, whatever he does in the future. Of course, he's a big boost for Arsenal, and again opens up that spot for maybe if you're looking towards the future. Of course, you had I think it was Athletic articles from Sam Lee saying that the City were looking at giving Palmer and McAtee a few more chances next season in the first team, which is obviously encouraging to see. We want to see it. How much game time they'll actually receive is probably very minimal, because we know how that goes. But again, I think it's best for all parties. I think it was pretty inevitable, to be honest, because again, I don't think he was quite up to standard. But like I said before, he had his moments, and the highs were extremely high, but the lows were very, very low at times.
Yeah, no, I can definitely agree with you. I do think he's very hot and cold, hit or miss with him. But, you know, he's had his moments. He's had his Southamptons. He had his double-legged affair at Madrid. 2 legs actually had about 3 months, 4 months in between them. But he turned up in both of them. He's had those kind of moments where you can turn around and say, it's difficult to go. I'm sure it's hard for Pep. I'm sure Pep wants to keep him around because of what he brings. But it was just so, I don't want to say few and far between, because I have a lot of respect for him staying around. I have a lot of respect for him trying to be in the team again and again and again. But sometimes it just doesn't work out. And again, like Joe said, we're making profit on a player that isn't up to scratch and will leave if we don't sell him. We're making profit. We're making 50 million off someone with a year left in his contract. I think it's great. And the reason why we're making the videos, because it seems like it's being fast tracked now. I think Arsenal, it's either Arsenal are going to pay the 50 or City are going to settle for like 45 million. But we got news right from Johnny Smithy. That's it's courtesy of City extra, that the move could be announced in the next couple of days. I think the representatives are flying over, like Jesus' representatives are flying over to try push through this deal. And again, it's one of those where it'll get done, it'll get fast tracked, because I think City are going to try to get through another couple of signings soon enough. But these are the words from it. Anyway, Gabriel Jesus is close to completing this transfer from City to Arsenal, with the deal possibly being announced in the next couple of days. Again, that's what we said. It's being fast tracked. They want to get this done. I think both parties just want it over and done with so City can focus on something else. And Jesus is expected to be their first major departure, but it can open up more room for players to leave, which is concerning. I think that's where a lot of our concern came from. We're not going to talk about that in this one, because it could be a mass exodus, and you know, you'll see another roundup soon enough. But again, it was inevitable seeing him leave. I'm not surprised that he's going to leave, but you know, it's one of those things where he's going to go out and he could be a world beater. He could be a City killer. That's what we've referred to as a City killer, where we'll play Arsenal twice a season, he'll come out with 3 or 4 goals. He definitely has that type of thing about him, where he won't turn up when he plays against anyone else, but then he'll be class against City. He kind of reeks of it, doesn't he?
Which player doesn't? Let's be clear. I mean, thank God that Mane's left, not just because he's an incredible player and he's been so good to Liverpool, but he always seemed to score against us or have a good game against us. Like, I'm of the I think Adama Traore coming back to Wolves. Like, I think he will leave Wolves on a permanent basis, but that's another one. Like, if he doesn't leave, then I'm not looking forward to playing Wolves, because that's another City killer, and Jesus adds to the list. It's not like he'll have an itch to scratch, like he wants to score against us, prove us wrong or anything like that. He just will score against us, because that's what we do. We'll complain about him not being able to score and he'll come out with a hat-trick or something ridiculous like that. It's just one of those things in football. It works in funny ways. It comes full circle, and I'd fully expect it. It's going to be weird to see him in an Arsenal shirt. It's something that, well, yes, he's obviously, I think it came out a few weeks ago saying that he's going to stay in the Prem. I think Romano might have said that point as well, that if he's going to leave, it's going to be to another Premier League club. But it's just odd to see him in another Premier League shirt so soon. But I mean, all power to him. He wants to move. He seems to be wanting to get on with this, and City need to really get on with this as well. We need to sell players so we can buy more players. We need players replacing. Fernandinho's out the door. We still haven't replaced him. Sterling could be out the door. We did the video on him. City leaning towards not replacing him, but then you look at people like Cucurella, City clearly going for a left back as well. Like, we just need to raise a bit of cash so we can get on with a few more signings, and pre-season isn't too far away. So again, like, the sooner this is done, the better, because we can just concentrate on other things that are more important to us. And it doesn't matter when Jesus goes, to be honest, because we know he's not going to be part of the squad next season. But again, it's better to just get it out of the way with, have a stress-free summer. Everyone can go on holiday, He's got to go to London and he's do his medical tests. I'm sure he wants a holiday. So all parties just want it done as soon as possible. And Arsenal have just announced their signing as well, that Fabio Vieira. So I think they're just trying to get on with their business now, especially after missing out on Bassoon, where I think they're just going to try and get as many of their deals sorted out as possible. So I really could see, him being announced by the end of the week. I don't think it'll take long at all. There's not too much between the fees that have been offered from Arsenal and the fee that City want. I think it was about 10 million or something, which could easily be added on with add-ons or something like that. I'm sure they'll work something out. We are notoriously horrific at selling players, so I'm surprised we're getting 50 million anyway, or close to it. But there's not much more to really say, to be honest. Like, he's just one of them. He'll score against us, but how good he'll actually be for Arsenal, I don't know.
I hope, personally, right, I have a bit of a soft spot on Arsenal. Like, they'd be one of the top 6 teams I don't really mind, because we haven't had much of them recently. But I'd really like to see him do well. I'd love to see him go out and get 25 plus goals in the league season. It would hurt me watching now, considering we sold him. But if he did, I wouldn't have any situation. I'd be happy for him, because he has been a great servant. Let's not take the piss. And no matter how long he's been a bit shit or a bit like hit and miss, he has been a great servant. He's always wanted to play. Whenever he's asked, he always gives 100%. His work rate's fantastic, and it might just be his finishing that he's not great at. But look, again, it was a lot of potential that came down to a very decent, very solid Premier League player, and something that we kind of have to thank him for being around, because he got that goal against Southampton. He's been big in a lot of big games. He puts so much pressure on defenders, and it's going to work out. And I think under Arteta, he's really going to cook. So again, that I think we'll have to wrap it up there, really, won't we? There's not much else to say. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you again on Friday. And let us know what your thoughts on the Jesus transfer are. But yeah, thanks for watching.